Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of In the Driver's Seat with me, Maddie. Today I'm joined by Mr. Johnathon Dowling. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for having me here, Maddie.
You're welcome. Tell us a bit about what you do. What does Tempio mean?
So Tempio is a recruitment business at heart, but more of a recruitment partnership. So what we do is we are a truly transparent recruitment agency. So wherever we supply construction, warehousing and logistics, or a bespoke recruitment model, we will be completely open book with regards to how much it's going to cost them. And we're the first ones to do it in the temporary market with regards to like a live payroll plus management fee style. Okay. So from an overspend perspective, we strip all that away and we build a model that suits and is sustainable for our market.
Is it nearly 1 year old?
Yeah, nearly.
Yeah. I think I remember us talking like last year and I was like, it must be nearly there now.
Yeah, birthday soon. We actually incorporated in April last year, but really didn't. That was just sort of the process behind it. So yeah, coming into May will be, when we have a party. You're invited, of course.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Yeah, that would be really good. It's crazy to see like how much it's evolved over nearly 11 months sort of.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's blown up massively.
Yeah, it came from an idea, Michael had an idea while we were working together about this truly transparent, because of the way that we've worked in the industry that hasn't been so much. No fault of anyone's, it just hasn't built that way. And we thought we'll completely mix it up, disrupt the market, and yeah, it's taken off really well. So
amazing.
Exciting.
What more could you want?
No, indeed.
So can you remember your first car and the most memorable thing about it?
Yes, absolutely. I can. The most memorable thing is actually an event. I remember it was a green Peugeot 308, old school style, Nice. And I remember my mum giving it to me as a birthday present. But I just passed my test just after I was 17, so quite quick. And she gave it me as a birthday present. That was great. And it had the number plate Gav. So I obviously named it Gav. Obviously. I haven't heard many people say about naming their cars.
Oh, I do it. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Any new car, I'm like, so yours is like MYP. I'm like multi something.
You're trying to think of something.
Yeah,
I like
always.
that. I actually haven't named the GLE, but I certainly named them when I was younger. And he was Gav. Nice. Green Peugeot. He was awesome. I crashed him. That's a long story, but he was awesome. But the event, sorry, you mentioned, I was just driving into school that first day, and sort of, is that Jonathan in the car? Is that Jamie in the car? Oh my God, what's going on? Because I told no one, in case I failed or whatnot, and didn't thankfully pass first time, and went into school in this car, and I was you talk at the school for about a day until someone else passed.
And take everyone out for lunch.
Yes.
Do all of that.
Well, that's how I crashed.
Oh.
Took my friends out for a spin and ended up crashing into some traveller friends, and that went a bit south there.
Oh, ouch. Not the best. So you've had quite a few cars with us. So you had an Audi A4, and then obviously you've gone into the GLE, which is quite a big step up. And then before that, you were in a Tesla, weren't you?
Yes.
So you've kind of had electric, petrol and diesel. What's
Correct.
been your favourite out of those sort of three?
It depends on what you mean favourite, because the favourite car is probably now the GLE with regards to the size, the space, the sort of owning the road style.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big guy, so it's easier to get in and out of. But from a speed perspective and just all the fancy bits, the instant power, the Tesla, every day. I remember when we're first getting in it, so it just reminds me of that sort of time you fly, when they start on the runway to go, and that's what the feeling was within the Tesla.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. So that the Tesla for speed, but for luxury, the GLE.
So what's your favourite three features on the GLE? Because they're kitted out, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But my features for me, I'm really old school, really old school. My favourite ever invention on a car is probably automatic.
Really?
Yeah, it's lazy, right? You know what I mean? Give me an automatic car and cruise control and I'm sold. But I like the heads-up display. The heads-up display has been mentioned a few times, but so that's really cool.
It's just so much more helpful, isn't it? It's
absolutely.
Just there.
I was on the road as well. It is just real good. It's really, really smart, and it actually it reminds me of the way that the Tesla was working, but without the heads-up. And then, just for a fancy pants reason, is the heating and cooling of the drinks. Again, just pure ease.
It's so silly, but it actually works.
It is. And I'm all for it. I think if someone said to me I wouldn't have that in the next car, I'd be like, that might be a game changer. And that sounds really spoiled, doesn't it? That sounds like, I want that. So I think the heads-up display, the fact that it's automatic, and then the cold water stays cold in the summer. Perfect.
Exactly. And obviously your hot coffees as well.
Yes, and they have a nice cold mornings. I managed to sneak in a cheeky coffee most mornings.
Exactly. So obviously you've had petrol, diesel and electric. What has made you what's your opinion on like the shift to electric vehicles in 2025? Would you go back to electric? Where are you at?
I think so. I think I'm probably more looking like a hybrid. I like the idea of electric. I think mainly, the economy, and I've moved out a little bit further as well. And I think traveling in an electric car makes more sense. I do feel a bit bad for driving this big diesel car into the country every day, and I'm going back and forth quite a lot. So I think I will go back to electric. But I'd probably meet in the middle, maybe a hybrid first. You'd have to get looking for me.
I'll find you a plug-in hybrid.
Please.
Best of both worlds.
Yes, perfect. Sounds great.
So, following on from that, your biggest benefit and biggest challenge of driving electric, what would you say that is?
For me, it was about the organisation.
Yeah.
I had to get literally towed 3 times. You can't be towed in an electric car, in fact. So I had to be picked up, which was the worst. I think that was the problem. When I had the Tesla, it was brand new, 2022. Absolutely incredible, but the infrastructure wasn't ready for it in the UK. Not all the way. The BP Pulse was just coming in, and there was various different elements of it. And if you wasn't at a Tesla charging point, it was a nightmare. So I was pulling into BP stations when I was traveling for work, and they wouldn't have them, or they'd be closed, or it wouldn't be open. But obviously, you're a bit restricted to where you can go. So that for me, that was the biggest problem for me, just consistent issues. I think, as I say, 3 times I had to be picked, and that was me going, I'm giving this back. I need to ring you and get me a petrol and just drive.
Let me just go to the petrol station.
Let me just not have to worry about planning.
Yeah.
And as beautiful as that is, and I think and I know the country's in a better place infrastructure-wise now than it was then, and more and more powerful stations are coming up, and even the ones at home are getting better than they were then.
So did you have a charger at home?
We had the one, so the Tesla came with one that you could plug into the house, but you can imagine, that's
very
drip feed.
slow, aren't they?
Yeah, but I had one in the office, so I'd pull in the office at 8 a.m. By the time I got to 5, it would give me a couple of 100 miles.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like if you have got the infrastructure at work, for example, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I had that electric Fiat for a few months.
Of course, yeah.
That was fun. Loved it. But I didn't have a charger at home. I only had the trickle charger, which just went into a normal 3-pin socket.
Yeah.
So I was always at BP Pulse and Tesla. And because the range allowance on it was so limited, I was just always charging.
Yeah.
But now you can get like 250 kilowatt chargers and be charged up in 15 sort of minutes.
They're incredible. The ones for, again, I have to talk Tesla because that's all I've drove, but the ones at the stations, the Tesla garages themselves, I mean, you can pull in and you can be 10 minutes and you can be full.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just great. And you still get 300. I mean, it says 300 and put your foot down and it drops down to 250. But
it's how you drive it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, you can drive it nice and economical.
I think that's the problem with everything that I drive. I think my right foot's a bit heavier than my left.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm blaming anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. So, dream destinations on your list for driving. Where's on that list?
I think the south of France will probably be up there. I love the idea of that. But anywhere really that gives those mountain views, I'm all for. I'm getting to that age. I probably, that I just want a bit of peace and quiet and a nice drive. That sounds really sad, but that's the truth. So any, south of France through Austria, are those peaks. Those type of drives for me will be awesome. There is a bit of an element where I'd like to do Route 66 just because I think that would be cool. But whether I think the European legs will probably be prettier than Route 66, to be honest.
Yeah, because you could do south of France, then up to Monaco, sort of.
I mean, lovely. Nice. I could tie that in with my Formula 1 trips as well. That's what I really want to be doing. Yeah. So, I could maybe go down to the Monaco drive down to the Monaco Grand Prix. Thank you. Exactly. You said that now, so I've got to do that.
Do it. I'd love to hear about it. So now we're going to do something a little bit different. Quickfire round. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. We're going to go from there.
Instant response.
Instant.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Dream car.
McLaren.
Speed or style?
Speed.
Best road trip destination?
South of France.
Electric, hybrid or petrol?
Electric.
Essential road trip snack.
Pringles.
Must-have car feature.
Heads-up display.
Favourite car manufacturer or brand?
Bentley.
Oh. Which F1 driver would you let drive your car?
Charles Leclerc.
Oh, nice one. Podcast or music while driving?
Podcast.
Okay. Heated seat or a heated windscreen?
Seat.
Nice.
Definitely.
Convertible or hardtop?
Hardtop.
That was really quick. Well done. That was good. I liked that. That was
No
brilliant.
messing. You told me I weren't allowed to mess, so no messing.
Exactly. So, final question. You've got a road trip, 24 hours, 4 seats to fill. Who's in that seat?
Well, I'm going to be controversial because I'm going to be one that says not his partner, first of all. Yeah, because I can't go to the shop without her telling me off with regards to what way I go. So there's no way that's happening. She won't listen to this, so that's all right. I would go with Sir Alex Ferguson.
Okay.
I'd love mine. Love to hear his stories. Just absolutely love. I think that would be brilliant. He would be in the front with me for sure. Some comedic value, maybe Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
I think he'll be wicked in a car. Might get a bit much towards the end of a 24-hour journey, but I can do the comedic side of it. Probably then take my best mate, as corny as that sounds, probably bring my best mate along. I think he'd love also to be in the car with those two people. So if I got a chance to be, I'd like him to come with me. And then I think, you know what? I think that would be it, because I'd be the other fourth person, because I think that, I'd like space. I'd like a tray of snacks and some drinks in the back.
Some Pringles.
Yeah, Sir Alex Ferguson, Ricky Gervais, and my best mate.
Nice. That's really good. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been great to see you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.